we're back, everybody. My next guest tonight, folks, has been in Junior and the Beethoven movies. Sunday nights, she can be seen in Bonnie on CBS. Please welcome to our program, Holly Wortell. Holly, very nice to have you on the show.
Thanks
for coming.
having me. My pleasure.
We've had Bonnie Hunt on a number of times on the show, and of course you work with her on the Bonnie Show.
Yes, that's right.
So named after Bonnie Hunt.
I think so.
We think so, as far as you know. And every time she comes on the program, she makes working on this show, Bonnie Hunt Show, sound really fun. She makes it sound like everybody just has a blast the whole time. Is that true? Is she distorting the facts? Is she a liar?
She is a blatant liar. We do not have fun on the set.
Okay, good.
It's depressing to work on the show. No, we do have a lot of fun, almost too much fun. When we first started taping the show, it was like our second episode, and our dressing rooms are next to each other. We share a wall. And we were just getting ready for the show. We had to get dressed, and Bonnie's lock was broken on her dressing room door. And she said, "Can you just stand outside my door for 5 minutes while I change and just make sure no one comes in?" I said, "Sure." She went in her room, shut the door, and I slid the nameplate off of her door, and I went to the men's room, and I slid that nameplate off the door, and I slid it into her dressing room, and I just went in my dressing room and sat down. And I hear the door open, and I hear, ah! And I hear the door close, and I hear the door open again, ah! And then I hear the door open, and I heard, ooh, yeah, okay, so I think it worked out.
I think it's a fun environment.
She wasn't that mad. It was all right.
Now, you guys had worked before in a show called The Building, right?
Yes, that's right.
And that was, I mean, actually, you had the part for you on that show was written specifically for you, wasn't it?
That's right. Bonnie wrote the part for me, but when you do a TV show, you still have to get approved by the network.
Right.
And you
Those
have to go
bastards.
To, well, don't get me started now.
I was trying to help you out there. Isn't that what you wanted me to say?
Yes.
Okay, good.
But this was a couple of years ago. There was a different regime at CBS. There's different guys there now, but I had to go.
Oh, so the bad guys were there then.
Well,
right?
I just wanted to say that this isn't the people that are there now.
Very smart.
Yes.
You've learned how to play the game very well. Good for you.
But I had to go to a final network audition, and it's very scary. It's a dark, you know, it's like chorus line. There are people sitting, you can't see them, and you're in the light, and they watch you. It's very scary. And I did the audition. We're supposed to be moving into an apartment, so I was wearing sweatpants and a sweatshirt, and I had dark hair then. I've since dyed my hair back to my original color. And I did the audition, and I just had, you know, sweats on and stuff. I did the audition, and they said no. She did not get the part.
Even though the part was written for you, they said no?
No. So Bonnie was devastated. She thought, oh, my God, I can't do the show without you. And our director, who's still directing Bonnie now, John Boab, said, listen, dye your hair red, and put on a tight sweater, little skirt, maybe heels, and have her go back in. And now they're getting names to go in, people who have done a lot of work, and Bonnie got my name back on the list. And I wore a tight sweater, and we dyed my hair red that morning. I'm in the sink, and Bonnie's putting red hair dye, which was back to my original color. And we poofed it all up and put on spike heels. I went in, did the exact same audition, and the president came down and said, "Where did you find her?" This was the next day.
Really?
Yes.
Did they ever find out that you came back twice?
Even when we went to do the network read-throughs, Bonnie would say, "You got to put on the tight stuff again because I don't want them to find out that it's really you." You know, and I like wearing jeans and stuff, and I had to be putting on high heels and, you know, little skirts and going onto the read-through going,
because that's what men like, huh? Men like it when you go, That's very,
Conan.
Thank you. It's a little too good for me. All right. Now, we were talking actually a little bit before the show. You have very strange, some would say eclectic musical taste, is that right?
Yes. When I was in college, I was really a punk rocker into new wave music and stuff, and the bands that I would go to see were Sex Pistols, Ramones, you know, Elvis Costello. And then I met my husband, who's a singing ophthalmologist, and he has very different musical tastes than myself, and now the concerts that I go see are Perry Como, the Frank Sinatra.
Can I ask, how old is this guy? Is he?
He's 30.
He's 30 and he likes Perry Como, and who else does he like?
Andy Williams. He belongs to the Andy Williams fan club. I'm serious.
Really?
Yes, and we went just a few months ago.
There he is. I love how that picture just comes up like, someone mentioned me.
That's hysterical.
Anytime we have a machine in back, if you mention Andy Williams, this picture comes up. Why, hi there, how are you?
You're so prepared.
Yeah. No, apparently, really, it does come up anytime you mention Andy Williams. But
we went to Branson, Missouri, where Andy Williams has a theater. And we went to the fan club.
Where's the picture?
Well, stop saying his name. We went to Branson, Missouri to, he had a fan club meeting, show, and breakfast, and garage sale.
Right.
And when we went to Branson, we asked directions to an outlet mall or something. And, you know, there are a lot of weird people that you would never expect have theaters in Branson, Missouri.
I have a theater in Branson.
You do?
Sure. Yeah. Every freak in the world can have one. Yeah.
But I asked directions to an outlet mall or something, and they say, well, go down on the main road until you see Bobby Vinton. And then take a left hand over at Bobby Vinton, you'll go down 2 blocks and you'll see Glenn Campbell. You know, like Glenn Campbell standing there on the road or something. Take a right there until you see Patsy Cline. She's dead and she has a theater.
Right. So this is actually, and there were a lot of young people that are still anxious to see these performers?
We were the youngest people at the show. Everyone else was like 80. But he had a garage sale, he had moved, and all the proceeds went to charity.
They're selling crap from his garage and people were buying it?
Well, it was neat stuff, actually. It was pictures of himself from his home, and scarves from his Christmas special. And
wow. Scarves from his Christmas special?
I wanted this stuff. It's
insulation from his 4th home. Get it while it's still available.
But they had a garage sale, and they had you could see the stuff, and there was a big rope, and everyone from the fan club was standing behind the rope. And they said at 10:30 they were going to drop the rope, and you could go. And my husband's standing there and going, get that picture. And the scarves, and he's pointing out certain stuff. And we're like, okay. All of a sudden, they dropped the rope and said, go! And there's all these 80-year-old people, you know, running as fast as they can. And I see 2 people lock ankles and fall over.
Oh, and they were in their late 90s, right?
It was my husband and some old man on the ground struggling over a picture. I was like, oh, my God. And I just jumped over them and got the scarves, you know.
Now, have you been, because a guy who I actually went and saw who was great, Tom Jones, was terrific. Are you into Tom Jones? Because a lot of young people are getting into him. Have you been to a Tom Jones concert?
Yes, we went and saw him in Vegas, and we got excellent seats. We were like 4th and 5th seats, and it was an incredible show, and I don't know if I should tell this.
If it embarrasses you, tell it. That means there's probably a good story.
All the women, you know, they throw panties.
That's his thing, yeah. Women throw panties at him, yeah.
And then you go up and he kisses you. He's giving big open-mouth kisses to everybody, old women. But everyone's throwing up underwear, and I didn't have any that I brought.
They bring, what you're saying is they bring auxiliary underwear. They bring extra underwear.
Exactly, and it didn't occur to me. So I was sitting in my seat, and I thought, well, I do have a pair of underwear on me. So I was sitting at my table, and I slipped them off, and I thought I'll throw them up there, then I could get a kiss. And I went to throw them up, and they got caught on the straw from my husband's drink behind me, and I went to throw them, and they just landed on the woman's head.
Well, wait, what did the woman do when these...
Well, she was an older woman, and she had really big teased up hair, so she didn't even notice it. So she was just standing there waving at him, and I see Tom Jones looking at her, and he actually called her up, and he took the panties off.
Oh, he took them off. I was thinking, like, maybe she's watching the show right now and goes, oh, it's me.
It's still there. But after seeing him give all these big open-mouth kisses to all the old women, I didn't want to go up anymore. So I didn't do it.
Yeah, right. Well, that was a smart move.
I think so.
Well, listen, thanks so much for coming. You got to come back sometime. It was a lot of fun having you here. Will you do that? Will you come back?
I would love to.
Bonnie, Sundays at 8:30 on CBS.
That's right.
Give our best to Bonnie Hunt. Will you do that? Thanks for coming.
Thanks so much.
Holly Wortell, everyone. The customers are coming up. We'll be right back.